and basically arrived about 3 hours after we'd sunk, after he'd heard our Mayday call. And within probably 20 minutes of arriving on scene, he'd managed to find the first life raft.
How do you feel towards the crew of the Camilla that saved you?
Best way of summarising how I feel was that a week later we were in fact it was 2 weeks later, we were in the Falkland Islands. But we were in the pub and this little Chilean guy comes up to me and he said something in Spanish. And I looked at him and the woman next to him, who was a ship's agent, had translated. And he says, "Do you know who I am?" And I said, "Oh, you're from the Isla Camilla." And she said, "But do you know who I am? I'm the one who pulled you from the raft. I'm the one that pulled you over the side." And his name was Jesus Posada. And he'd been one of the ones, and he said, "I pulled you over the side of the boat and I kissed you on the cheek." And I said, "Thank God." And I had this moment, right, we're in a pub, I'm drunk, but I had this moment when I was like, right, I owe my life to these guys. So I said to him, like, if I ever have a daughter, I'll call her Camilla after the ship. And it seemed like such a daft promise, but it was meant with like the best of intention. And it did not go down well with my girlfriend when she found out. But I made it, and it was like, that was exactly how I felt. They were magic. And like they pulled us from the middle of a storm with such luck and skill that we owed everything to them.